All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind, cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head's knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind, cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head's knocked out. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with the devil, because when he's dealing with you, you cannot get on this level. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with a king. It's like a fight with an army, they got the tanks and everything. He's leaving bruises and stitches, possibly leaving you crippled, cause when he sets up the table.
Good evening, everybody. This is Huge Pop from Huge Pop Entertainment. Below me, it is Reek, and with us today,
we're having technical difficulties. We can't hear you. We were able to hear you like 2 seconds ago.
I can hear you just fine.
I can hear you just fine.
Somebody messed up. Someone messed up around here. My microphone is working perfectly fine. Yeah, my microphone's working perfectly fine.
I mean, come on, guys. I hear you.
What is going on? Everything was working great. I was even jamming to the music that you guys were playing and everything, and I'm like, oh, snap. They picked up like really good like pictures of us and everything, man. Right now, we're listening to you like 5 seconds later on the live stream.
So I'm going to back up or restart it. We'll restart it. How about that?
Can't hear you. I wish I knew sign language. That would be easy to do it this way. I don't know.
Oh,
shout out to Sam C, by the way.
Hold on.
What?
Jeez, okay.
Oh, it's working perfectly fine. Oh, like I don't know. Everything was working perfectly fine over here. There we go.
Oh, you hear me?
Yes. I pressed the magic button. I don't know what I did.
There you go. That's all that matters.
That just ruins the intro.
I know.
You're gonna have to do it again.
You're gonna have to redo it over.
You get
2 intros.
You're like Jay.
So I'm gonna remove you guys. Boom, boom.
All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind, cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head's knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind, cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head's knocked out. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with the devil, because when he's dealing with you, you cannot get on this level. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with a king. It's like a fight with an army, they got the tanks and everything. He's leaving bruises and stitches, possibly leaving you crippled, cause when he sets up the table.
Welcome to Huge Pop Entertainment Take 2. Hey guys, I'm Huge Pop Entertainment here. Huge Pop right here. Reek below me. The two of my favorite people from XIW, Extreme Impact Wrestling, from the city of Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah.
Labrava and Salazar. What's going on, my friends?
What's going on? We're gonna start by the fact that when we were off the air, you were talking to us about taking your wife to the city of Puerto Rico.
Well, you asked for it, so there you go.
Comment section, do your worst.
Definitely not the
Wow.
Not state I wouldn't forget.
La Isla del Encanto.
But the city of Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's just 2 hours from Florida. Just go across the Florida-Georgia line, and right there is Puerto Rico. Yeah,
That's a nice city right at the top. You know, you'll find it.
Okay, I can see where this is gonna go, right? But no, in all seriousness, Salazar and Labrava, thank you for showing up on the show, on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
I would tell you this: every other month at Extreme Impact Wrestling, I look forward to seeing probably two of the best superstars that company has. The ladies champion Labrava and Salazar doing his thing. But I have a question for Salazar later on in the show that it's kind of puzzling. You got a wonderful women's champion right here, and you We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, kick that dirt off your shoulder.
We'll talk about this big question later. So it's kind of weird to do a two people kind of podcast. So we're going to ask the question. I ask this question all the time. I'm so excited to hear what it was like for you guys as fans, outside of the business, but as fans of wrestling.
So are we taking it back like Baby Brava, Baby Salazar days?
Yeah,
let's take it back.
Take it back.
Sweet. All right. So I've always been a fan of professional wrestling, always, since like I was like maybe 4, 5 years old, I think. And I say this all the time, but my first memory was seeing Chris Jericho debut and cut that unforgettable promo against The Rock in Chicago, Illinois at the arena. So from then on, that's like my earliest memory. But then another early memory that I have, like gun to my head, would be the Montreal Screwjob. That's like the first pay-per-view that I remember seeing. But the actual first show that I ever remember seeing was the debut of Chris Jericho. And I'm an Attitude Era lover. I love the Attitude Era like crazy. I think it was still big with like characters being like over the top because you had like the big boss man there. You had Kane back when he was like pre-Kane before he removed his mask, big scary guy Kane. I thought when I was 4 or 5 years old seeing The Undertaker that he was actually a supernatural entity, and I was terrified of the man growing up.
Yeah.
And the Boogeyman, I don't even want to tell you the type of nightmares that I would have about the Boogeyman. So let's just start there too. But I've always been a fan of professional wrestling, and even now, I think I fell in love with it more just because I know the type of effort and the type of commitment that it takes to be a wrestler. Like we're on the road very often. At times we sleep more in hotels and other people's houses than our own beds. And our bed is really comfortable. So we would like to be here, but also it's aside from everything, at least me personally, I love seeing the reaction of people, whether you're booing me, whether you're cheering me, like the louder your reaction is, no matter what type of reaction it is, that for me just it brings me in a weird way, it brings me peace. So I love what I can give back to the people because I used to be one of them at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I grew up also watching since I was a little kid, but I also watched not only like WWE, WCW, and all that, but I also watched a lot of Puerto Rican wrestling. So I would watch people like Savio Vega, people like Carlos Colon, Rey Gonzalez. There's a lot of names from Puerto Rico, but I also like, watching The Undertaker, stuff like that. One of my first memories actually was like, I vividly remember Goldberg's entrance as my first ever like memory of professional wrestling. I don't remember exactly if it was like a Nitro episode or if it was like a pay-per-view, but the first thing that comes in my mind when I think of like my first wrestling memory was Goldberg coming out with all the security behind him and stuff like that. Just to show, it just shows like what something as little as an entrance, could make someone be their first memory of wrestling. So off the get, like people like that, those are the type of people that was kind of fond to watching, and The Undertaker and all that growing up. But yeah, professional wrestling from Puerto Rico was also definitely a major thing that I was watching because I lived in Puerto Rico all the way till I was 15, 16. So I would watch between WWE and then professional wrestling from Puerto Rico.
Wow. That resonates so much. You guys, what you said, that and you can see it when you go to an XIW show. Exactly what you guys were just saying. You guys watched it as kids growing up. You're giving back because the business gave back to us, and I think that's amazing that you guys mentioned that. So I appreciate that, you guys. Rico.
Oh yeah, like you guys are talking about.
We can't. I can't hear him now.
Are you serious?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Scott?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can't hear Nico though. We can't hear him.
They can't hear you, Rico. I don't know.
I didn't change anything.
It's nothing on our end.
I have no idea why Rico can't be heard.
I don't know why either. It's nothing that I have to do, right?
I don't know.
There was a button that I hit earlier.
I'm gonna try something really quick.
What are you doing? We're trying something on our end too to see if it works.
See, this is what happened when you try this on a new computer that you just got, you know?
Ah,
Can you
See,
hear
but
me?
then you go back to the way it was.
Let's try it. Let's try this.
That
What
way.
happened
We
here,
try to
man?
reset
All
it.
right, go ahead.
Rico, say something.
Check, Mike, check.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Why? We were able to hear it perfectly fine.
I can
before.
hear Rico fine. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I have no idea. This is interesting to me.
Have him hit where it says like the speakers.
Is there like a speakers button there that like we were able to push
All
a
right, mic
button
check.
over there, like not the pro microphone or like the microphone or the speakers, but we had to change the speakers input or like the speaker setting, and then we were able to hear you guys. I don't know if that may work or maybe the microphone too.
Did you work? Does it work now, Rico?
Check, Mike, check.
Nope.
Oh, how about go out? Maybe log off and use your phone.
Mike, check.
Oh, I can hear you, but they can't.
All right, let me get out. I'll come right back in.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It must be on his end. So let's man, now I'm all lost my spot here. So
We have a habit of doing
All
that.
right, let's talk about Puerto Rico. So okay, so you
Yeah,
wanted
right,
to take
right.
your wife to Puerto Rico.
I want to take my wife to Puerto Rico. So
Okay.
is it something that you would recommend? Is it like romantic stuff? She now is recovering from back surgery. She had spinal surgery a month ago, and we want to go somewhere in January. Want to be together. So
Honestly, Puerto Rico is like the best place to take someone like on a short vacation, like anything like 2 to 3 days is like the perfect place to take them.
Okay.
Because we gone there so many times for wrestling, and we go in like 2 to 3 day spans, and there's so much that we can do in those 2 to 3 days. Like we'll go from the beach, and we'll go from the beach to the caves to going out to the nightlife to going out tourists, and we'll do all that in a span of 2-3 days. So and everything is like close enough where you can get so much done in one day in Puerto Rico. It's really a great time too. And you can have, it has a little bit of everything. It's like here in Florida, it has a little bit of everything. Puerto Rico's like that, but switch to press 2 for Spanish, you know?
All right.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you hear Rico?
We still can't hear him.
Rico, go to your phone, maybe. I don't know.
Wappa!
He's missing out on the entire conversation.
Well, he can hear
man.
us. We just can't hear him.
Wow. So
Give me a
I know
second.
there's a topic that I asked you about, if you would mind talking about it, because when I met you guys, it was Controversial Inc.
Correct.
with you and Labrava and Carlos and you.
Correct. Yep.
I've been missing me some Carlos. Is he okay? I guess my question is he okay? You guys were amazing. I mean, I love your new tag team partner. Don't get me wrong. You guys are still Controversial Inc.
Hey, be careful. He's actually live right now, Quevedo.
Hey, Romeo. Hey, what's going on?
Be careful. If he likes to swing chairs, he's going to swing a chair at you if you talk about him.
But, yeah, I mean, Romeo, don't take this personal, but I miss
He already did. He already did. He messes me right now.
I miss
He
me
said,
some
how dare
Carlos.
he?
So I was just gonna ask, how is he? Is he okay? Because I did see, and let me tell you, your promos, dude, your guys' promos about this, like last weekend's DCCW, I believe, when you were saying when they were calling out wanting Carlos back, and you said one more time, that promo was like badass.
Appreciate it.
You guys,
It was.
you guys do nothing but great promos, and that's one of the things I want to say to you guys. So I was intrigued. So now you got to tell me the story.
Yeah. So the story,
Yes.
I mean, we've been, Controversial Inc. has been together for 6 years. And Carlos moved to Puerto Rico back in the end of 2024. So now he's over there helping Savio Vega teach at his school, and he's helping Savio Vega with IW Puerto Rico.
Yo.
So just it's really just boils down to the fact that he moved to Puerto Rico, and he's kind of focused with that more, you know. When we got into the business, you know, we all kind of, you know what they'll say, that it goes like, you know, you're in this business for yourself at the end of the day, you know, and that's not in saying that choosing one or the other, but it goes more in the sense of like, hey, you got to do at the end what works best for you, you know. It's cool that we got to do it together for a while, and then we got to push each other and help each other be better. But at the end of the day, you know, he needed to move to Puerto Rico because the opportunity was better for him at the moment over there in Puerto Rico, just like our opportunity right now is better for us here in Florida. So that at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those things where we just had to make that decision. It was what was best for us at the moment, you know, and we're all cool. As you can see, we were working IWA not that long ago, you know, so wherever we can, you know, we'll make it work. But right now, it's just easier for us.
There's a
to,
different calling for all of
yeah,
us right now.
yeah, and then everything that we're doing with Quevedo is doing really great right now with Mucha Lucha and all that. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. So it's kind of a after doing Controversial Inc. for 6 years, you know, trying something that is in the same realm but at the same time different. That's really cool too, you know, because adding Quevedo to the mix is basically because he was in Controversial Inc. at one point, and very briefly. So it's almost and I was in a group with him at one point, a very long time ago, and the name for the group that we came up with together was actually called La Sangre. So it was more like a coming back full circle situation with me and Quevedo. And I knew that if it was any other person other than Carlos to go ahead and try to tag team, because I didn't want to tag team with anyone else. You can ask her.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as, you know, Carlos moved to Puerto Rico, I'm like, I'm just going to do this by myself. I don't want to do any tag team with anyone else. But the only person that stood out for me was Quevedo, because I always look at people that are, you know, in a sense that can help push me to go further and to be better. And the only person I really saw that can do that other than Carlos was, you know, Quevedo. Because when I met Carlos, I was very new in the business. He had a lot more years than me in the business, and I learned a lot. Um, and with Quevedo, he's just a person that constantly will like push me to do more. He'll be like, you know, throw yourself off the roof, and I'll be like, okay, you know, I wouldn't second guess it, and I'll throw myself off the roof, you know. And that's just the type of pushing that, you know, that keeps me on my toes in a good way. So that way, every time we want to try something new, he's the first one to be like, "Hey, do this. You want to do this crazy thing?" And I never say no, even though it's something stupid. So I'll go ahead and say yes, and then it works out every single time because, you know, he knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. So when you trust yourself, it's kind of easier to kind of get certain things done because it's all about trusting yourself. Some things are about skills, and some things are about just having the balls to do it.
Yeah, and we're talking about IWA. You guys are talking about that, and let's talk about Kiss It Gang.
Okay.
Are they? What's your thoughts on that? How'd that match end up? What are your thoughts about those guys? They look like some big dudes. And as Labrava's rolling her eyes, she's like, "Please."
Hey, you mean big losers? Are you kidding me? Come on.
Can
It's
you,
like
can
what?
you all
You
hear
guys
me?
didn't tag for like what, over a year, and then we still we still get the W? Come on. We haven't lost our touch. You know, like, and it kind of bounces back to what he was saying before. I mean, I was watching from the sidelines. I almost felt like we were going back to our roots because that's originally how Controversially first started. It was originally just Salazar and Carlos together, and believe it or not, I was the manager when I first started. So I was kind of like learning from them. So like to be put back in that position where I'm on the outside looking in and I'm watching them do their stuff, it's like they never lost a beat. It's like they've been tag teaming this entire time since Carlos moved to Puerto Rico. So the chemistry is still there, and the chemistry it's been there since the very first day that I got introduced to the group.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was weird.
natural.
It was weird because it was like a whole year and some change that we haven't tagged. So you know, but when we started kind of getting into the flow of things, you know, it just kind of it felt, you know, natural like we wrestled the many times that we had before. So it was a good match. There's some big dudes, so everything hurt more.
They
You
didn't
know,
stand a chance though.
they always
Um,
they kept wanting to splash on us, and it didn't work.
no.
So we eventually, you know, we got the win, so that was good. You know, to come to after a year of not doing really anything to winning our match. You know, and I don't know if we're gonna be tagging much more again. It just really depends on what it's in the moment. But that match in itself, you know, I'm glad we were able to do it at least one more time. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Adrian Whisper
So,
pops in. You go, girl. The queen of the women's division. Tell me she ain't.
Which I will be there this Saturday in Panama
that's
City
right.
with my XIW Women's Championship, which, by the way, which I don't have it on me right now because guess what? The company's doing me a very, very huge favor, and it's polishing it up and sweetening it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And nice and shiny. They're making it look super brand new because, of course, the queen of the company
What?
is coming this
I
Saturday.
hope they polish my title when I win it.
You, of
Well,
course, you're gonna win that title.
You gotta
Of
win it
course.
first.
Well, I'm definitely gonna win it. So the first thing I'm gonna ask
Whoa,
for is
whoa,
Definitely
polish.
whoa,
gonna win it.
whoa,
Of course. So
whoa.
all of us are
Can
gonna
you
be
hear
wearing
me?
gold on Saturday.
Still
All of
can't
us.
hear you, Rico.
Still can't hear you, man.
Hold
Freaking hear you, right?
You're like a commentating spectator that we can't even
Wait,
hear.
is it maybe because you're what? No, because you're connected to your headphones. We should be able to listen to you because I see that you have your earbuds on. But okay, so then no, I'm not a tech guru genius whatsoever. Please ignore everything that I'm saying right now. Why is the microphone not working right now?
You know, you could ask the
This is
questions in the chat or something,
insane
and then
right
we'll
now.
answer your questions. If you had any questions, Rico.
Yeah,
Or
ask it in the
I'm
comments,
gonna switch
man.
over to my
yeah,
theology
definitely.
spot.
We'll answer
All
them.
right, you do that. So you talked about coming.
It wasn't for him to go.
No, he's coming back on his cell phone.
Oh,
So
okay.
Let's try that.
you talk about shining it up real quick, nice, but I've read your Facebook for Labrava, and are you cleared to even perform at XIW?
So, $1 million question, which unfortunately, no. So I've only talked about my injury in one other podcast, and it was I believe last week. And I ended up basically breaking my hand during a match in Atlanta, Georgia, back what was it, like late October, I think it was. And it was basically the girl fell on top of my hand and all my fingers, all of them bent all the way over here.
Whoa.
So I heard and I felt the burning sensation like travel down my arm. And it's not that I'm blowing smoke up my ass or anything like that, but ask him, ask anybody that's ever been in the ring with me. If I get injured, you won't tell. Like I just keep on going because what I've always taught is finish the match. You got a mission, you got to finish the mission. He can tell you how many times he's seen me get hurt, bleeding, and it would make more people stop in the middle of the match, but I keep going. I have a drive and I have a goal at the end of the day. But over just these fingers bent. Don't ask me how I finished the rest of the match, but I was on the floor afterwards and um I got helped out to the back by the guys, and I went to urgent care the following day, and truth be told, broke my fingers. And the reason why it was so bad was because the break was here and it was close to the metacarpal bone. So if I would have taken one wrong bump during this entire transgression, I would have had to had complete reconstructive hand surgery. I didn't know that it was that bad. So they told me instead of being out 8 to 12 weeks, you could be out 6 to 8 months. And I said, "What? Over a broken hand, like over broken fingers essentially." You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel weird about it, and I was actually just having this conversation with him in the car today. Like, it feels weird even saying that I'm not medically cleared over broken fingers when you've got people that like tore their ACL or their MCL, or they had to have like a hip replacement surgery or anything like that. Like, how do they do it? Like, they have to be out for over a year. They can't do what we all grew up to love and everything, but I get to. I just don't have the strength to really lift up a dumbbell. Just last week was the first time that I was ever able to lift up a dumbbell since October. So for me, that was a big emotional standpoint. But I'm not medically cleared to wrestle. But ever since I got injured, I've been to all the events. I've helped out backstage as well. I've helped out, just give back to the business, like whatever they need. If they need me for commentary, if they need me backstage to help out with the talent, to give advice, agents and matches too. You know what I mean? Like I like having to do anything that has to do with wrestling. Just keep me involved somehow, some way, and I won't become a raging grr. You know what I mean? Like I won't be a person with
Right.
a bad attitude. I don't know if we're allowed to curse over here or not. So that's why I don't want to
You are.
I don't want to drop any bombs. So um it's been keeping me a little bit more like at ease. Sucks that I don't get to wrestle, but I can still say that I'm undefeated in steel cage matches in general, not just in XIW, in general. So let's start out there first. And to be honest, I don't know if there's going to be any women at XIW wrestling, but if there is, the queen is here. I can't be touched. I'm not medically cleared to wrestle. So unless you want actual trouble outside of the company, don't touch me. And don't touch my precious title that's being nice and polished by the company. It's doing me a huge favor because, of course, they want to make it look good for the queen. Why wouldn't they? And it's crazy. I don't have to call myself the queen. The crowd does it for me. The company does it for me.
Facts.
So Adrian, followed up with that. You said you just be there and take possession of your new XIW championship.
There you go.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I
Recognizes game.
I cannot go without even thinking that Labrava will have something to do, something. You'll have your fingers in there somewhere.
Me?
You'll have your hands in it. Yeah. You.
Well,
you
more like
look,
her broken fingers, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. You'll be involved. You'll find a way to make somebody's day a living hell.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. We'll see. We'll see this Saturday. Tickets are still available, guys. Go ahead and get your tickets for XIW in Panama City this Saturday. What is it, December 20th?
20th.
If you want to find out what Bravo and her broken fingers are going to do this Saturday, show up at XIW.
Hey, she still got the other hand to pimp smack somebody.
Rico still can't hear you.
Are you serious?
Rico, I don't know what's going on, man.
What's going on, man?
Oh my God, he's so defeated.
It kind of looks like Salazar when he's facing Damian Wayne at the end.
Can you hear me?
Actually, I never actually lost to Damian Wayne. He's
fair.
never pinned me.
That's true.
All right, huge pop. Can you hear me?
I actually never pinned him either. So
I'm gonna try something.
So we fought. This will be our 4th time that we wrestle, me and Damian, and he hasn't pinned me once. I haven't pinned him once. So this is the definite. This is the one that we find out who's the better man. Well, obviously, it's gonna be me. So so it's gonna be interesting because I never fought anyone 4 times, and there hasn't been decided a winner. So this has been quite the situation between me and Damian, because now it got to the point where I asked SIW management myself. I said, why don't you throw a bunch of weapons in there so we can just get this over with, because it seems like we just fight each other and there's no winner ever, So I told him, let's throw some chairs in there, throw some candles, throw some bats or whatever you can find there, because we're going to have to finish this because I'm sick and tired of wrestling the older version of myself.
And that's true. You guys go, and applause to both of you guys. You got to admit, Damian Wayne is one tough son of a bitch. You are too. You guys bring it every time you go. And now you're going to hand you guys a cage full of weapons.
Yep.
What the hell's going to happen? It's going to be very interesting. And I honestly, I'm a big fan of Damian Wayne. I love the guy. I think he's great. I think he's great for the business. But I don't know if I could pick a winner. I want to just watch you and him beat the hell out of each other.
I mean, I can. I think it's time to finally move on from him being the regional champion. You know what I'm saying? I think he's had the title for a while now. I think it's time for him to let go. To give room for someone who is more fresh, more young, more willing, more aggressive, more stronger, more wiser. Because I've taken a lot of the experience and all the people that I've been around, and I've applied it, and I've beaten people that are stronger, that are more aggressive, that are faster, and it's because of all the experience that I've acquired, in all the years that I've been wrestling. So this thing with Damian Wayne is only going to end one way, and it's going to be with me winning, because at the end of the day, she got the title, Guevara's going to get the title, and I'm going to get the title. You're going to watch this Saturday. That's exactly what's going to happen. And you're going to see the same pose that you see from La Sangre Controversial, which is the pose with all of us in the title, And we do that just about every show that we go. You've seen it, You saw it on Saturday. I had the national title that I won in Dominican Republic. Then I went to the CCW. I wrestled for their national title. And now I got both national titles. One from the United States. Champion? Yeah, the undisputed national champion.
Yeah.
I won the one in the United States in McClenny, and then I won the one in Dominican Republic.
Isn't that 2 times that you actually defend that the DWE national championship?
Yeah. It'll be the second time that I defended.
What belt's on the line this time?
The regional championship, the Florida regional championship.
Okay. I mean, I can't say, but I believe we can do it, man. I really do.
Yeah.
I that's why I can't pick a winner. I'm like,
Got
both of you
this.
guys are
Got this.
strong son of a guns, and I think that. But there's gonna be a lot of action going on there. We got Bubba Shaddix coming in there. What the hell's he gonna do? Who knows, right?
Yes.
Who knows? That guy's an unhinged lunatic, right? There's a lot of stuff gonna happen at Chaos in the Cage. So I know you guys have done stuff on the bigger stage, the NWAs and the AEWs. Can you guys talk about that experience and how that might have launched your indie career?
I'll start first because Bravo was a little bit more in detail, specifically with like NWA. AEW, we did some very short things in like AEW. We were even like in the crowd with the was it Raw Underground or what was that?
It was Raw Underground, yeah.
Yeah, the underground stuff. And with AEW, I was involved in a few segments. But in NWA, I did get to wrestle a few people there. Definitely one that I can remember really well is when I wrestled Homicide. And that was actually on my debut in the NWA. So that was really cool. I had a few other matches over there. Brava did a match in AEW, so she can tell you about that.
Yeah, so I wrestled in AEW. I believe it wasn't Dark. It was the AEW wasn't Dark. I forgot what the other one was, but it wasn't Dark. But I did it once, and Dustin Rhodes was actually the agent for that match. And it was great trying to pick his brain backstage because you get to understand it more so from somebody that's done it, somebody that's actually been through it. And it's different when it's people that have actually been through the road that you want to go through. You know what I mean? And once you get to the bigger stage, it is significantly a lot more tough. But we welcome that challenge. I took all the critiques because I like when people tell me, okay, this was good and this was good and this was good, but I don't want to hear the good stuff. I want to hear the bad stuff. I know what I'm good at, but I want to know at what I need to improve in order to be better, because a lot of people are very comfortable in just staying inside their comfort zone and staying inside their bubble. We're not. We like to expand. We like to go in more detail, expand our horizons, put in the effort, expand our pedigree, basically. With NWA, we had to pay our dues over there too. Even though we were traveling on the road with them as well. We were picking up talent from the airport. I remember that. But it was fun listening to like Bubba Ray talk. It was fun listening to like EC3 talk. So everybody over there, first and foremost, NWA treated us like gold. Let's just go ahead and just put that on record. They treated us like $1,000,000, and we thank them for the opportunities that they gave to us. And would we go back? Absolutely, we would go back. It was a different type of stage, but we also learned in more depth how to work TV style, which is drastically different than it is in the indies. So it gave us a different sense of like a different sense and style of working. So now we're able to implement that in different places and say like, okay, no, we got to be here. No, we got to be over here. No, this isn't going to work here. We got to do it over here at this exact time. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah.
I think it helps us stand out a lot because having that type of TV experience is a big game changer. Those that have actually worked TV know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But I think it's helped us out a lot. I know we've drastically improved since then.
Yes.
I can confidently 100% say that we've been improved a lot since then.
I've known you guys since I've been following XIW for 5 years. And I've seen you guys. I'll be honest, you guys have gotten bigger. Bigger, muscle, bigger and stuff, and you guys became. It's almost like you were saying, what spots, and to what TV showed you how to do. You bring that same energy to XIW, and you can tell. I'm not saying XIW's, they're stacked full of talent. You got Jackson Slade, you got Damian Wayne, you got Bubba Shaddix, you got if Tsunami ever showed back up, right, she'd be there. But all these
She's
names,
not going to.
Bella Snow, right? Bella Snow, right?
Hey, we can hear him.
Yay!
Yes, it only took
You
34
know, you
minutes.
think the tech guy would be able to figure this out sooner.
What was the issue?
Wow.
You tried restarting the computer?
Hey,
Oh,
Rico,
snap.
Rico, did you pull a George?
Oh, really?
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 These guys have been waiting for your questions. They've been talking to me. They've been.
You're gonna
waiting.
have to. You're gonna have to let him talk for the rest of the interview now.
I know, right?
That's it. The floor is his completely.
No, when you guys were talking about like your fondest memories, I wanted to bring up mine, but you couldn't hear me at all. So
Go ahead. You might as well.
Floor is all yours, my friend. Come on, everybody
Nah,
gets a piece of the
like
pie.
my fondest is I don't know if you're when Shawn Michaels put Jannetty through the barbershop window. Like that right there. Because I watched a couple matches, but that right there, that's my biggest just stick with you moment in wrestling. I was like, I love that guy. And I think that's when I absolutely became a heel lover. And I love it.
See, the thing that all of us talked about the moments in wrestling that like marked for us and really, and none of us said a match. All of us said a moment.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Wrestling is about moments. At the end of the day, wrestling about moments.
My moment was Daytona Beach. Who's the third man? Hogan comes down. Leg drops Macho Man. Boom, there you go. That rejuvenated me as a wrestling fan. So, but it was like, you're right, Salazar. It's the moment.
It is. And, it's what stands out. It's what people remember. It's like on a song. Some people remember the lines. They really don't. They remember the hook. That's what gets you is the hook.
Yeah,
it's always the hook. Yep, we enjoy like creating those type of moments. I think, and I can confidently say, out of the three of us, or really four, because Yuka's also part of the group, he loves creating moments. I think the biggest one out of all of us that likes to create those moments is him. I can actually say that confidently because he's always like, no, there has to be we got to create a moment. We got to create a moment, and the moment is always there. So he's like, see, I told you, and I'm like, okay. Alrighty. But it's always about the moments in wrestling, and that's 100% true.
Yes.
Rico, you got any questions?
Actually, I wanted to ask about like training and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're not in the ring, what do you guys do for training wise? You go hit gym. You got a certain routine you like to do? I'm big into training.
So we luckily enough, if you're able to find someone that you're able to work out with, you know what I mean, and actually enjoy working out together, props, because it helps. It helps, especially in days where you're like, oh, I don't want to do this set, I don't want to do this rep, I just want to go home right now. We all have those moments. Every single person that is a professional wrestler has had those moments. Okay, I can tell you I've had them quite a few. Most of the time it's him like, come on, we got to finish, we got to go to the finish line. But we're always like trying to one up each other too, even though he's bigger. I'm like skinny little me trying to lift as much as he's lifting, but it's impossible. I'm like lifting up a pencil compared to him lifting up a pillar, you know what I mean? But we're consistently in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. Even when we travel, we do hit the gym just for like a quick little pump before we hit the stage. Even when we're out of the country, we do the exact same thing. And if we don't have access to a gym, you know, we could still run. We have bikes. We could do at home workouts, still keep up with ring conditioning. So that way it's not about getting ready for that opportunity. It's always just staying ready. You have to stay ready. You can't just be like, oh my God, there's an opportunity there, I have to get ready. You have to be ready even before that. And I think that's why I think you missed a little bit of NWA, but we were ready for that moment. Because at that time we were training with Chris Silvio, who's actually one of the producers and talents of NWA. And just being there with him helped us get ready and stay ready really for NWA. And even now we're ready for all the opportunities. If something comes knocking at our doorstep, I can 100% guarantee you that we will be ready for that opportunity.
Always be ready.
Always.
When we first started getting into wrestling and before we even had our first match, I know that I trained for a whole year consistently before I had my first match. And even after I had my first match, I kept on consistently going to training and learning for about 4 years, 4 or 5 years, consistently and not missing a day. And it helped me a lot with keeping up with the cardio because regular cardio and ring cardio are two different things. Ring cardio is the ability to be able to, you know, take all the hits, get up, get down, and all that, and still being able to finish your match. Running a treadmill or being on the bicycle, like that's a different type of cardio than being in the ring. Once you get slammed around for 5 minutes, that kind of takes the air out of you a little bit. And then you got to go and run the ropes after that. And then you got to throw yourself out of the ring after that, and then you got to go back inside and get slammed again. You know what I'm saying? So it's that it wears you off as far as cardio. That's why a lot of people, they get blown up, or they can't, they lose their cardio in the ring and they kind of go out of breath because those people don't keep up with the ring cardio. So it's very important that we always every single day that we go to the gym, we always hop on a cardio machine and we always hop on the sauna, just to make sure that we're putting ourselves in that position where, the cardio is getting challenged. So that way, when we go in the ring and we're having these matches, then we're not limiting ourselves or we're not putting ourselves or other people in danger because our cardio is not there. We stay on top of our cardio so we can go 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, without really, you still feel it, but at least you'll be able to finish, go through the match without really putting yourself at risk like that.
Wow. Does it get worse in the cage? Do you have to train harder for the cage? Is that different?
I think with the cage is more about the pain tolerance, really.
I think so,
yeah. And being able to take, because I put myself on with weapons and all that. So it's how many hits can you take to the head before you start getting all woozy, So that's really what it's going to be more about, because it's more like your pain tolerance. And luckily, my pain tolerance is pretty high. So
it's up there.
I think I'll be all right.
So the cage, you ain't even sweating it. You're like, bring it on.
Well, I'm undefeated in singles competition and cage matches too. So I think I got good chances, I think. I'm pretty sure if we look back at Damon's career, I'm pretty sure he's lost a few.
Don't let him hear
lose another one.
So you're the modern day executioner, and you bring fear to your people that you face. So how are you gonna bring the fear to Damian Wayne, who is a legend in itself?
Well, I think I got into his mind a little bit. I mean, he's wrestled me 3 times, and he still hasn't beaten me. I'm the one guy he hasn't beat. He's been.
You hear that huge pop?
I hear that. I hear.
He wants to talk smack, so that's
no, I know. I'm not talking. I'm not talking shit yet.
Yeah, I see. He's trying to stir the pot. He's trying to stir the pot.
I'm not, but I'm just asking, man. I mean, let's go into that, right?
Yeah.
So, if you ever watched, if you were at last XIW show,
yeah,
right, you were. And did you know?
I was on the card.
Did you know? Well, no one knew that you were on the card, but they all knew. Labrava,
not really. It was announced.
Labrava was there.
I sure was.
Yes, and let's talk about the interaction that you and Adrian Whisper had after the match. He has confidence in you. He put the title on you. And you guys had this exchange of where maybe Salazar needs to take some tips from you. And maybe he needs to go get some confidence and approach Adrian Whisper and say, hey, Adrian, how do you get this done? How do you beat Damian Wayne? Because I can't.
Before we even answer that, just know you have all rights to come up to that commentary table on Saturday the 20th and pimp smack somebody.
Okay, good to know.
He's gonna cash that in.
But no, seriously, I was shocked because you guys do your own thing. I was shocked at the reaction that you gave when Adrian talked to you after the match. Everybody, all the fans were like, "Oh shit, something big's gonna happen," but yet you were locked in. You were like, "Okay." I wonder if Salazar should be locked in and ask Adrian Whisper, "Hey, dude, how did you do that?"
Well, first and
first of all,
foremost,
has Adrian ever beaten Damian Wayne? Is that
A
on the
couple times,
record
yes.
books?
A couple times, yes.
Okay. You think he can beat him right now? At
I
this
think
stage of his life?
Much love, Adrian.
No, that would be a hell of a fight.
Okay. Just making sure.
You're dodging the question. You're dodging the question, though.
I don't need to ask him for advice. I know exactly what I need to do. That's the reason why I asked for the weapons to be thrown in the cage match. Like I said, I'm undefeated in cage matches, but you probably forgot that part that I said, right? You're an interviewer. You're supposed to remember. But yeah, I'm undefeated. I don't think he's undefeated in cage matches. So that's already a point that I have in my favor. There's other points that I have in my favor. You know, I have an entire group. Does he have a group? I don't think he has anyone. All he has is that stupid little bandana that he wears.
And Mr. Real Fight Shit.
Yeah. He's the type of guy that has to scream his slogan so people can cheer him on for it. He throws a punch to me and then goes real fight shit so other people can scream it at him.
Adrian,
that's the type of guy that I'm dealing with.
You got him started. Like
in the cage match. Have you beaten him in the cage match, Adrian?
Adrian, have you beaten him in the cage match?
Lay down the babe and then answer the question.
But it I just, I'm going on with this. It was almost like Labrava and Whisper were conspiring together. What's going on?
Okay, so let's clear the air. It's not a conspiracy or anything like that. It's just at the end of the day, game recognizes game. You know what I mean? When I wasn't champion, do you think that Island Girl was able to keep up with the prestige that I put in that title? Please, by a show of hands, was she able to put the amount of prestige and effort and importance that I put into that title?
She was more like the nowhere girl because she never showed up at XIW.
Or paper champion at best. Because guess what? The first time that we were supposed to wrestle each other, she didn't show up. Oh, she broke her leg, but she was somewhere else. But anyway, second time that we were supposed to wrestle each other, she didn't show up, so they had no choice but to strip her of the title. I wish that I could have beaten her for it because it's only fair because she beat me for the title. But so she can beat me for the title, and she parades and says, "Oh my goodness gracious, I am XIW Women's Champion. Pay attention to me. Woo, I'm surfing along." But then the minute that I get my rematch, she just falls off the grid. Absolutely not. That's being a paper champion. That's being a coward. Even though sometimes, and I will admit this, I do take the easy way out at times. And sometimes I do have a few tricks up my sleeve and a couple of jokers and aces and everything. I still go to every show and I defend my title. I have never cowered away from anyone. So maybe that is the reason why Adrian recognizes game. Because I know Adrian is not a coward. Adrian can be, how do I put this? Because I know the spotlight is on me right now. He's a very interesting person to get to know. Okay. He's a very interesting guy. But he recognizes talent and he knows what I bring to the table. As a matter of fact, the entire XIW fans recognizes what I bring to the table. They were chanting my name. I don't even like them. Do you think I like being there where they can't even afford dental insurance? Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. Over here in Florida, we actually do have dental insurance, by the way. You guys should check it out. Over here in Tampa.
Panama City doesn't feel like Florida.
No, Panama City just feels like it's on the outskirts somewhere beyond Yonkers over there. But anyway, game recognizes game. And guess what? He knows that the actual person who's supposed to be the actual representation of the women's division is finally here. There's no conspiracy. I respect the man. Because you know what? He showed me the respect that I deserve.
Facts.
He says, and Adrian, he's listening to everything you're saying. Testify.
See, there you go. I proved my point. He said, testify, our queen, testify. Yes.
He also said, yes, to Salazar, I have a cage match, a 60-minute Iron Man match, pinch falls count anywhere. Several times I beat Damian Wayne. In return, he's whipped my ass many times too. See, the difference between Salazar and Damian Wayne, or Salazar and Adrian's willing to admit that he got his ass whipped. I gotta say, I've seen your matches with Damian Wayne, and you both got your asses whipped on all occasions.
There's no denying that. I'm actually, as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna FaceTime Adrian right now, and we're gonna talk. And he's gonna tell me everything that he did during his match, and that's exactly what I'm doing to Damian Wayne. Every little bit of thing, everything that he did. If he bit his ear off, I'm gonna bite his ear off. I'm doing everything he's doing. Damian's gonna be like, "This is way too familiar." I'm like, "Yeah, it was Adrian Wayne."
He whispered in my ear, literally. But you see what my man's trying to do over here. You sit there like trying to stir a pot with YouTube, trying to put a wedge in between, because he doesn't understand the companionship, and he doesn't understand what y'all bring to the table. He wants to hate on everyone.
Oh, I surely understand. I understand, but how much more, Salazar, can your girl Labrava has the spotlight? She's like, oh, boom. She's got Adrian whispered in her ear. They got possible conspiracy going on. All this, and you're sitting back and you're chill, man. You're chill. I hope I see the Salazar that's pissed off enough to use all those weapons, and I want to see a match. I want to see a beatdown that we have not seen them in XIW in a long time. That's what I want to see from you guys.
I'm still here because I'm in the middle of an interview. I'm not going to be screaming at you the way I'm going to be screaming at Damian Wayne during the match. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to those type of matches, and when it comes to steel cage matches, that's a very brutal match that I partake in when I do. There's a match that I have with Taino in POW, and that was the same type of match. It was all the match weapons instead of the steel cage. It was me and him, and I ended up retiring the guy. So I've retired someone before in a steel cage in the same type of elements that I'm wrestling Damian Wayne. So there's a possibility that he might retire after this match. Who knows? I mean, it might be too much for him. So when I'm the type of person that when you talk to me and I'm not in wrestling and stuff like that, I'm a little bit more chill. But once you actually ring the bell and we get going, it's like turning me up to 100. I become a different animal. So with Damian Wayne and all the matches that I have with him, I've been probably one of the few people right now in the current XIW locker room that has matched his intensity. That's been able to fight him toe to toe, has not backed down, has thrown the hits just as much as I've received them, So yeah, I'm the person to beat Damian Wayne because I'm like I said, I kind of feel like Damian Wayne. Like I think I told you this before, that he's like an older version of me. I kind of see myself in him in a weird way. Not only because we're bald and he has a beard, even though my beard's a lot better than his.
A lot better.
But it's like we have similar styles. We just go there and we fight. We don't necessarily go there and do all the fancy wrestling, although we can do that. But we just like to go there and throw hands, and that's basically how Damian Wayne is, and that's basically how we are. So I feel that, it's going to be much more than a fight because that's what we've been doing for the past 3 matches. It's just going to be just brutal. It's just, I'm going to use a chair. I'm going to use whatever I can find, and this is my type of match.
I mean, I know I'm going to let Rico talk, but I want to interject in that. You will have Yuka that'll get involved because he can't keep his mouth or ass out of anything. You'll have Romeo get involved because they can't let you do your own thing. Labrava's gonna be there.
Right now, right now you're the one that sounds like you can't keep your mouth or ass out of anything.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. When are you? Now I'm finally gonna get the match I want because it's gonna be in a cage and there won't be no controversial ink, no Yuka, no whatever. But they'll find their way to get in there again. Why can't you get the job done without your people?
Look, it's not that he can't get the job done. He can get the job done. Is La Familia stays together and they work together.
See, maybe it's because you're alone and you don't really have many people other than your wife that you have to take to Puerto Rico to please her.
The city
of Puerto Rico. If you don't take her to Puerto Rico, you won't please her. But, me, I have people, I have people that have my back, I know that's hard to believe that you can actually have people that have your back because, I mean, you're only accompanied by all your Funko Pops that you have behind you. But, it happens when you know people and their friends and their family, they have your back. I mean, someday you'll understand that, but maybe not today.
Probably not today. You're right.
Yeah.
So, Rico.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh man, this character. So I want to ask you, like right now, if you could, let's say you next month, next week, shoot, tomorrow, whatever. If you were given a match, who would be your perfect opponent you want to go against?
Oh, okay. I guess I'll start. Gun to my head, it would have to be Stephanie Vaquer. That for me,
that would be a very good match to watch.
It's funny. Everybody that I've ever wanted to wrestle, I've already wrestled. Like I've named the people, maybe there's like one or two other people that I've named that I haven't been able to wrestle, but so far the people that I've named, I've wrestled in the past. But she's definitely one. I followed her career back when she was still like in Japan, when she was in Mexico. So I followed her back when she was still in the indies before, WWE. And that woman is, honest to God, such an amazing talent. And just knowing her backstory from where she came from, all the struggles that she had to go through, like some of us had it really easy compared to her. And it's very admirable to see where she came from, that she hasn't forgotten that, and look at where she is right now. She's like in the grand stage of them all. And all this talent, and I want to go after the best, and I feel as though she's one of the best that the women's division in general has to offer. I would love one day to share a ring with her. I know that it would be a great match between the both of us. I could definitely learn a lot from her, because props to her, she's fantastic. But I'm also La Doña. I'm not selling myself short either. All right. I have a huge pedigree underneath my belt. All righty. I may not be a signed talent, but I know that I create a lot of buzz in every single promotion that I go to. But if it came down to one match, Stephanie Vaquer, 100%.
With me, I think I have two people in mind. I have one, Randy Orton. Like if I had to, put a match in pencil and make it happen, would be him, because that's the type of guy who is very methodical and aggressive in the way that he wrestles. And I think he's the most complete wrestler that there is still actively wrestling right now. Like if you were to do who's the complete package type of wrestler, probably Randy Orton will be the guy that can check off everything. So that would be the wrestler, or if not, Gunther. And that's an easy one, because Gunther is kind of the guy right now,
Yep.
the man who retired the man,
Yeah. That was a horrible ending to that BLA.
I'm more depressed about the fact that it's like the Hulk Hogan of our era just hanged his boots up, man. Like
all I'm saying, it was poetic. It was poetic.
It was. My biggest complaint about that was he was choked out 3 or 4 other times before he briefly tapped out like that. And I was like, you could have ended it. So.
Well, that's kind of how wrestling works. If I put you,
still real to me, damn it.
That's how wrestling works, and that's how any sport works. So if I put you in a leg, in an ankle lock, right? And I put you in an ankle lock, and you get away from the ankle lock, and I put you in the ankle lock again, and you get away from the ankle lock. It's gonna hurt every single time more than I do it, right?
That's fair.
So by the time I put you in the ankle lock for the 5th time, you're probably,
dude,
you're gonna tap out. You're gonna tap out. So
I'm gonna tap out the first time. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying, every single time it's gonna be worse. If you get in a real in an MMA fight, right? Yeah. And someone puts you in a front face lock, the first time he puts it, you might be able to slip away. But once you're in the 3rd or 4th round and he puts that front face lock again, you're tapping out. And that's exactly what happened between Gunther and Cena. That's exactly what happened. He tried it a few times, and every single time he did it, John Cena was worse off. And by the end,
John just said, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, John Cena, let all the Make-A-Wish kids down, and he finally gave up.
When you say it like that.
Wow. So Whisper has 3 statements. That will be 3 of those nice Cuban cigars with Romeo, and I'll give y'all the info you want. Now that's
All right.
white hot, hot pop there.
That's negotiating. See, that's negotiating.
Besides, I think XIW needs to have an after party where there's a karaoke, Whisper versus Salazar. That's
Make
the
it happen.
real
We're
man.
making
Make
it
it happen.
this Saturday.
This Saturday. Make it happen.
I'm winning.
Tell Salazar, Whisper versus him after Chaos in the Cage.
Karaoke.
So
Let
what
me tell you
about
guys
karaoke?
something.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you guys something. It may, to those that don't know, great voice, by the way. There's quite a few people that can actually vouch, but he's got a great voice.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Jackson Slade said I have the voice of an angel.
Wow.
That's a lot coming from a guy that like him. But yeah, he says I have a voice of an angel, so I'll take his word for it.
Wow.
Respect.
Respect. So yeah. Rico.
Well, I was gonna let you because I just asked. I didn't want to take another one of yours.
So let's talk about Lexi Gomez. I knew it. You love her. You're great.
I hate her. She's annoying. She's like a tick that just doesn't go away, man. Like she's everywhere I go. It's annoying seeing her face almost every weekend. I don't know what gives. It's like, oh, Brava's gonna be here. Ooh, let me go ahead and message and be like, hey, can I wrestle Labrava Escabar? No, go away, man. Go away. Why do you keep following me? Why do you keep stalking me? Why do you keep chasing me? I don't need you around. No. Can we talk about someone else? Do we really have to talk about Lexi Gomez? I guess we can talk about Lexi Gomez. Fine.
I mean, I just asked. Now I got your. So, do you have one of those wrestlers in your life, Salazar, that you just wish would go away?
Oh yeah, Damian Wayne.
I've seen that coming. Right? In all seriousness, who hits the hardest on the indie scene?
Oh, that's what I was about to ask.
Can I say Roman Quevedo?
Yeah.
No, I wrestled him plenty of times, so yeah, he's definitely one of the hardest hitting people that I face. Someone else that hits pretty hard, maybe surprisingly, because he's actually more known for being super athletic, is Alex Misery. He actually does hit pretty hard.
A little bit, yeah.
Sam C doesn't look like it, but he does kick pretty hard.
Okay.
So those are people that
I have a quick story with Sam C because I've known Sam C since like 2016. I first started training in 2014, just BT dubs for timeline purposes, but it was 2016 and we were training over in like Tampa, and we were doing reps of like kicks and everything, and kicks kind of hurt. He gave me one, and I kid you not, I had his shoe print like from here, like for like 2-3 weeks. My face was black and blue and red and orange and yellow and every color, and for like every color from the rainbow, because this man may not look like it, but his punches and his kicks hurt so much.
I mean, he can't hear and he can't see where he's kicking either.
So that's a really big disadvantage there. So I did get my receipt when I caved his chest in at IWA, Florida. Right. I did get my receipt though. So
that's true.
I'm a hard hitter when it comes to chops. I'm just a hard hitter in general.
Oh, chop game, yeah. Maybe he just wanted to see if you could take it. He's like, let me test her out.
I can take it and I can give it very easily, man. I don't back down from anybody, man or woman.
There you go.
So I was gonna ask, because you both said like you grew up watching wrestling, but was there like any sport you were in? Like, were you all the way dedicated? Like, I'm gonna become a professional wrestler. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. Or was there something else in your path that where you might have gone the other way?
Well, for me, I was the undisputed champion of being a very lazy couch potato during my younger years, so I can at least say that. I tried out for the softball team back in high school, but due to me being a very problematic teenager with my up and down teenage attitude problems, I was not allowed in the team. So I tried out, did great, had the talent for it, we cannot accept you because your conduct is a huge mess. It's everywhere. So I was a really rowdy kid. So when I say that like La Brava, the name La Brava really does live up to its standards. I've been La Brava since day one. But I think the only other thing that I dabbled in was I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for like almost a year, and I did kickboxing for like about a year. And that was during like 2015, 2016, 2017. And there's certain things that I do incorporate, but it's not a lot because I'll be honest, I wasn't consistent with the sports back then. But there's a couple of things that I still do remember that I incorporate at least into my repertoire. But besides that, just being a couch potato when I was a teenager, which was the good old days, because I love food so much and I cannot eat that type of food anymore because of what we do. And it is sad, but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. I'll be completely honest. I love food. I would be a fatty if I was not in professional wrestling right now. I'm just being honest. I'm just being
honest. The reason why we try to work out even more is because we need to leave some space for the type of food that we like as well.
Especially like when we travel like outside of the country and stuff like that. We like trying like the local spots and like just everything that's in-house as opposed to like going to like a Miller's Ale House at like at 12 o'clock at night in Arkansas or Mississippi or something. There's ale houses everywhere here in Florida. Why not go?
Yeah, and if a wrestler tells you, hey, let's go to Miller's Ale House, tell them no.
Absolutely not.
Because every wrestler wants to go to Miller's Ale House
all the time. I don't know why.
There's other restaurants. You know, when we go like, you know, with Mississippi, it's like, you know, we want to try like what barbecue or like in Nashville or stuff like that. If we go
chicken.
To Louisiana, like we want to try some of that, you know, Cajun food, you know, or fish and stuff like that. Like we want to go to wherever we're traveling and try their food, you know, and that's one of the reasons like, you know, we're traveling. Let's actually have the experience of traveling. Let's just not go there and come back and not take a look at some of the places or eat their food, you know. So that's why we leave ourselves a little bit more space for when we work out even more. But as far as like how we got into it, with me is, you know, I didn't really know the way to get in because, you know, this is one of those things where like, they don't when you watch wrestling, you don't know really how to become a professional wrestler. You know, you think it's cool, you would like to do it one day, but most of us, by the time that we figure out how to get into it, we're probably either too old or too beat up, you know. So I was fortunate enough to kind of find my in, you know, because I was watching an episode of NXT and I was working a job where I was renting apartments and I saw this one of the people that were living there. He actually was in NXT wrestling. So then the day after I spoke to him, I'm like, hey, you know, I saw NXT. That was pretty cool. You know, I really like to, you know, I've always thought of maybe doing it one day. And then he said, why don't you? And then those 3 words were the words that changed my life. He just goes and says, why don't you? And then that, you know, and in all the 20 something years I've been alive, I never thought of going online and looking up wrestling schools for some reason. But he said, why don't you? And the first thing I did was hop on the computer and look up wrestling schools. And I found a few, then I checked out a few of them and I went to one of them. And after a year, I started having my, you know, wrestling career. So it was one of those things where like, I always was watching it. I always was, you know, watching every pay-per-view, watching every Monday Night Raw. You know, I was going to some of the shows. You know, I grew up all my life watching it. And I always told myself I wanted to do it, but I never really pursued it, thinking it was not something that was for me, you know? And then one little thing that was said to me changed my entire life.
It just kind of lit that fire.
Yeah, it's like it lit a spark, you know? It lit a spark.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you guys talk about the training and stuff, I get that, because if you go, like, I don't know about you, but for me, if I go like 2 weeks without training, I find myself eating a lot more.
Oh yeah,
and I mean just
yeah. Don't tell me about it. That's our Thanksgiving was terrible.
Bro.
It was the days leading up to it, the days after it. We were like 2 pigs stuck in the mud.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
Thanksgiving and Christmas is my worst times for working out.
It's like the worst and best time, you know.
So after Saturday, Salazar, if it goes your way, will you be
when it goes my way?
Which it will.
Will you be with you in the building probably? Because let's give it props because you have the upper hand, right?
Well, I got a broken hand, but yes.
She's gonna help me with her broken hand.
You'll be there in a way. I know. I've been around you guys. I know this is going to be very controversial.
What, she can't support him? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, there's something wrong
So
with
that, when and if you win that title, will you be a defending champion, or will you just collect the gold and move on and just avoid other people? And if you do win that champion, who would you want to be your next contender at XIW?
I don't care. I'll defend it against Adrian Whisper in the karaoke face-off. You know, like I'll defend it against anyone. I really don't care. I never there's one thing about me is I never back down at all. Like, you know, you can say what you want about like my tactics, you know, and I'll have people that support me. But whenever someone throws a challenge, I never said no. Never, no company ever. I never, ever said no. And you know, and I can have 2 or 3 matches the same night. You know, I'm that type of person. You know, I really don't. I don't care putting my body on the line, you know, with anyone. So if it's Damian Wayne, I'll wrestle him again if I have to. If it's Bubba Shaddix, I'll wrestle him if I have to. You know, if it's Agent Whisper, I'll wrestle Agent Whisper. I don't, you know. I mean,
what if Jackson Slade walks through that ring?
I've wrestled Jackson Slade before. I'll wrestle him again.
He'll wrestle him and beat him with the regional championship and his angelic voice.
Yep.
So would you say out of the regions, the territories, would you say Florida is on the top of the list of indie wrestling scene, or do you think are there other states that we ought to be paying attention to?
There's definitely other states, but Florida has because Florida used to be the Mecca for a long time. You know, it used to be the place for wrestling. And because a lot of companies moved from Florida, you know, Florida was not looked at the same for a while. But Florida has some of the best wrestling talent there is. Some of the best wrestling talent. And it has some of the most consistent wrestling promotions as well. So there's other places like Atlanta has a lot of good promotions. Chicago has a few. You know, there's a bunch of other places. Louisiana has a few good ones as well.
Philly would be another one from even back in the day too. New York.
But I feel like Florida has probably one of the most consistent, if you really look at it, because a lot of the wrestlers that come from here go over there, not the other way around. So there's a reason why that happens. You know, you don't see a bunch of wrestlers from Louisiana coming to Florida to wrestle, you know, but you see a lot of wrestlers from Florida going over there to wrestle. That means that people want to see what's here in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe off the camera, off this interview, maybe I can get you to give me some names of promotions that you would recommend I check out.
So I gotta recommend, you know, give tips about like Puerto Rico trip with your wife. When you're talking all the smack that you're talking,
that's what I was just about to say. You want some advice,
Labrava. Labrava. Can you help me out on that?
Don't be asking Labrava either now. I don't work.
I mean, see, I will. I know where the goods are. I know.
Yeah. It only works with Adrian Whisper because he pays the bills, but it don't work with you.
Shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, good job, Adrian Whisper, my boy.
Oh, go ahead.
He gave me the name, the Pod God, for a reason. So.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You were saying, Rico?
Not if, but when you win the championship, where we partying at?
Well,
karaoke bar.
You're from Panama City. You got a good karaoke bar?
No. I'm still new to the area. That man right there knows the area way better.
We're 2 hours away from Panama City, so an hour and a half away.
Find the best karaoke bar in Panama City, and that's where I'll be.
So we can't end this interview without asking the question. Any good road stories you guys can share?
Oh my God, there's so many. God help me, there's so many, bro. There's so many. Rico may know. I'm sure you've been to Puerto Rico before, but there's this place called
Not yet.
No, never.
We plan on going 2026. Me and my wife talked about we're going.
Don't worry, we'll tell you where to go, not him.
For mine, it's a quick one. So this was back in the day when Controversial Link was still a group, and it was with Carlos. We were in, I think it was like the first time that we ever went to Puerto Rico. I think you know exactly where the story is going. They told me from the get, never go to La Perla. Never. Oh, yeah. Never. Because La Perla is very dangerous. It's very beautiful from what people say in the daytime, but don't ever go like at night. Just don't go in general. And especially like, listen, I'm Colombian. I don't have the Puerto Rican accent. You know what I mean? I don't look Puerto Rican. I look also Middle Eastern. I have Arabic in me as well. Not a good mix. Me by myself in La Perla in Puerto Rico. Absolutely not. We were enjoying kind of like the nightlife after we finished wrestling at one of the Puerto Rican wrestling promotions over there. And I was enjoying myself. I had like 1 or 4 drinks, give or take. And I don't know why. I still don't know why, because I do not remember. I do remember when he was yelling at me though, but I was walking down to La Perla and I wanted to, I just had a moment and I wanted to check out La Perla. Mind you, there has been so many people, that over there. And they just disappear off the map. I could have been one of them had it not been for him basically having to drag me back to safety and basically lecturing me like I'm 2.
Yeah.
Because they the one thing that they told me not to do is the one thing that I did, like literally on the first day.
All right, so that's not the first time she almost gets us killed in Puerto Rico, but yeah, that's in Old San Juan. So Old San Juan is where they have all the historic
Gotten a lot
stuff.
better.
That's a great place for you to go from morning to nighttime. You can do all the touristy stuff in the morning, then you can stay and hang out and go to the restaurants and then do the nightlife. Very cool. But what you don't do is they have this next to what the fort is, where they have the cannons and all that, kind of like they do in St. Augustine.
El Monte. El Morro. El Morro.
They got the same thing, but in Old San Juan. It's called El Morro. It's a lot bigger than the one in St. Augustine. Okay. But right next to it, if you go down like a road, and it basically turns into like a lot of houses that are stacked next to on top of each other that looks over the ocean. Oh, you think that's a super nice area? Nope. That is where people go and commit a lot of crime. Even the cops don't go there at certain times. It's one of those places where it's heavily protected by their own people. So if they think that you're a threat, if they think you're there to just kind of mess with whatever they got going on, then you suddenly become a target. And you can suddenly become a target just by being there if they feel like your presence is disturbing what they're doing too much. So, and they don't like it when like tourists go there late at night. They don't like when people that don't look like they look to go there at a certain time of night. So, when we were in Old San Juan, we were all hanging out and drinking after we did the Bret Hart
memorial show.
Not
memorial. The Bret Hart
tribute show.
Tribute show.
We did a tribute show or something for him. So we did a show for him, and he was there. But then afterwards, we went out and we hung out in Old San Juan. We drank a little bit, and then we walked around, and she started walking down that road. And just almost as she got through it, I had to run and grab her and pull her out. Because, it could have been.
The lights were pretty. I don't know.
Yeah,
lights were pretty.
The last time I would have seen her there. Yeah.
The lights were pretty. They always say, follow the light. That's what I was doing.
But if you go to Puerto Rico, go to Old San Juan. Just don't go through the Perla. There. And then Guabate is like right by the mountains, and they have all these different type of restaurants stacked next to each other, so you can go like basically bar hopping one to the other. But it's right in the mountains, right by the rivers. It's a very cool area.
Do you remember the situation that happened in Georgia with the hotel? That's actually a really good road story.
That's a good one.
I don't think we've actually told the story on a podcast, so you guys are the first ones to know.
Okay, so we did a show. We did one of these Lucha shows, and the Lucha shows that we have are always fun because they always the old ladies always try to like attack us, specifically her, you know. So they'll grab a chair and then they'll run after Labrava, and Labrava will have to get in the ring because she'll literally get all the way up to the ring and try to hit her with the chair. And the security, they like it. They don't even care to protect us as wrestlers. You know, they'll be egging on the lady to go ahead and hit Bravo with the chair, and Bravo's like running away from this old lady. It's like flashbacks to her mom or something. So, but after the show, we spend the night at a hotel, and I think this is around COVID time.
Yeah, it was like 2020, 2021.
2021. So like a lot of places were still not fully open. So we got the hotel room, right?
It was a Red Roof Inn. I'll never forget it. It was a Red Roof Inn.
There were so many things that happened at the same time that were weird.
Way too much.
The first thing we did was check in, but I don't think we immediately went to the room. I think we went to eat. So we try to go to a Waffle House, and we go to the Waffle.
No, first we did go into the hotel room. Okay. I think it was. So we ended up going to the hotel room, but then it was, what was it? Like the curtain rods were ripped off, the TV was missing.
No, but that's before we even got to the room. The first thing that happened.
There was so much that happened.
We get the key first, and then we go to the room. We go to unlock the door, and when we open it, you can tell that it was locked on the other side
with like the little chain.
So it's locked, and so we close it, and we're like, someone's in there, and then we can hear voices. So we go back to the front desk, and mind you, they had a security guard at the front desk. That already was the sign that we probably didn't pick the best hotel. That's why Brava stopped picking hotels, because she always picked the worst hotels.
Listen, I go for like $30-$40 a night. With a slight chance of getting shot.
Yeah.
Because it's easier on the wallet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she got fired from making those decisions.
I don't make those decisions.
No, she don't. So we go back to the front desk, and they're like, "Well, that's weird. You know, why is there's someone in that room?" So the security guard goes with us to go check. When the security guard knocks on the door, they answer saying, "Oh, my mom,
she's sleeping or something, right?"
She's like, "Oh, my mom has the room. Don't you remember?" And it's almost like
we all looked at each other. We're like, that has to be code for something.
The security guard's tone completely changed. Like, it's almost like when she told him that, he knew what that meant.
Oh, wow.
So weird. But it doesn't end there.
So then I was like, okay.
Maybe you should have left the hotel.
But you know what? At that point, we didn't care. So they switched our rooms, and we basically just propped the chair to the door and then just hope for the best.
But then we went out. We were trying to get something to eat that day. After we finally got the hotel room situated and everything. I think we went to, it was either like a Denny's or something like that. It was no.
We went to IHOP, and they couldn't sit us.
They couldn't sit us at IHOP. So then we went to a Denny's, and then we couldn't eat at Denny's because we had to wait 30 minutes for the chef to arrive because all the chefs just went home. All of them. They couldn't, they had nobody in the kitchen to make food. So we're like, this is really weird. Okay, let's just go to a fast food spot. Let's just go to Checkers. Whatever, quick and easy, quick, nice, whatever. Let's go. We had a very unhealthy addiction to Checkers spicy chicken sandwiches, by the way. Just FYI, we can't even smell one. We can't even eat at a Checkers anymore because of this. But so we went to get our food.
Then we parked.
And mind you, there's a huge parking lot area. It was huge.
It was a shopping center parking lot area.
So we're the only car that's parked there. Okay, we're the only car parked there. And then I think what was it? Not even 5 minutes later, there's a car that looks beat up.
Even sooner. It was literally 30 seconds, a minute later after we parked.
It's a beat up car, literally beat up, parks right next to us. My guy, there's another parking spot here, another one there, one like 10 yards away from us. Why did you have to park right there? And then they were looking straight, and then they did this. They look at us like with that kind of like scary movie type of vibe, or it's like a sudden like head movement, like he literally said, "Nope," put the car in reverse, and we sped out of there. We almost died because we were going the wrong way too, because because it was dark. We were driving into incoming traffic. So I'm like, Salazar! And he whipped the wheel so damn quick. I don't know. He popped the wheelie that day. I'm pretty sure he did, because it was insanely inhuman the way that he did that U-turn perfectly and went towards the hotel without a scratch in that car. And then we fell asleep with the door locked, and of course, like the chair, it was like stacked onto the door to make sure like nobody broke inside, because we were terrified at that point. And the minute that we were able to check out, we booked it and we went home that day. And it was like an 8-hour drive for us, but that was one of many scary situations.
That was probably the weirdest trip that we've done.
Yeah, that's the weirdest
everything
one.
about it felt weird. And it felt like there was some type of weird operation happening at the hotel, and we're just staying in the middle of it all.
It was weird, man, because it almost looked like it could have like
a trafficking situation.
It literally felt that way, because the voice from the hotel room belonged to a little kid. It didn't belong to an adult. So imagine a little kid talking to a grown ass security guard, and the security guard looking at you like, "Oh, well, you're in the ghetto. Welcome." And we're like, "What?
Welcome to my
He
hood."
literally said, "Welcome to you're in the ghetto. Welcome." We're like, "Oh no."
So your instincts kicked in that parking lot, man. My man pulled up beside you. You're like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Like, I ain't sitting around to see what happened.
At that point, so many things were happening. I'm like, I'm not letting any second go by, you know.
And that was like it's true. It's like one of our weirdest like moments on the road. For the most part, though, we always have such a great time like on the road. Like there's like we're always like in sync with each other. Like whenever we're traveling, it's always a great time. We've had scary situations happen. Those are stories for another episode. But like the one that stood out to me was that one. I will never forget that day.
That's the
with the
weirdest
Red Roof Inn in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Go there, but do not go there. Sorry,
No, that's funny you say, because Red Roof Inn in Detroit. Don't go there. You go downtown Detroit, Red Roof Inn. Mm-mm.
Oh, I've heard
those are two things. Those are two things that shouldn't be in the same sentence: Detroit and Red Roof Inn.
Right. I was just saying. Couldn't be using those at all in the same sentence. No. I gotta ask: chair shot or stepping on Legos?
Chair shot.
Which one's worse?
Nah, no. Well, I would rather take a chair shot than step on Legos.
Chair shot is worse to me.
Nah, I'll take a chair shot. No, thank you. Not Legos. No.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
You got anything for these guys before we let them go?
I just want to say much respect, man. I can't wait for this Saturday when you tear it up. Despite what some people want to say, you're gonna win. It's gonna be a great night. And I thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Real talk.
Yeah, of course.
Don't get me twisted. I remember what I said. I would not be.
What do you sound like Vanilla Ice right now?
I would not be shocked. Would not be shocked.
What's going on here?
If you came out victor.
Milli Vanilli over here.
I would say. I'm curious of how it's going to be done.
Okay.
I'm looking for that fight. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, because you know for a fact I'm going to win. You just want to know how it's all going to go down.
How about this? How about this? You should finally get it done. I'm just saying.
Look, a W is a W no matter how it's done.
Because you're going to get it done because of this man.
And then new. There you go. See, Yuka said it.
So I'm going to give you guys the floor. Salazar, you can go first. What's one thing you need to get off your chest before we leave? You have a message for Damian Wayne. Labrava, do you have a message for XIW, Adrian Whisper, and the women's division? We'll do that. You guys do that. Once you finish Labrava, I'll close the show. But please don't go anywhere. I'd love to get some information on Puerto Rico.
The city of Puerto Rico.
The city of Puerto Rico.
I didn't say that.
I'm not letting that one go.
Not on air anyway.
So, okay, Salazar, you go first, man.
XIW this Saturday, fourth time me and Damian have been wrestling. I think by this time, we're definitely going to find out who the real regional champion is, and it's gonna be me, Salazar de la Muerte. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to taking this title from him. I think I'm sick and tired of seeing him with this championship. I think everyone else is sick and tired of seeing him with this championship. So I'm gonna do everyone a favor and take this title away from him. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And it doesn't matter how I get it done. What matters is that I will get it done.
Good job.
Yep.
It's great.
Your turn.
So, just want to put on the record as well. Even though I'm not medically cleared to wrestle, I'm still showing up to XIW, which is more than what Island Girl did, which is more than what any other woman in the history with a broken hand, by the way, a broken freaking hand, which is more than what any woman that has stepped foot into XIW can ever say. Number 2, I'm the best women's champion that company has ever had. Number 3, and anybody can wrestle me for that title after I'm medically cleared, of course. And then number 3, I'm always full of surprises. I always have an ace up my sleeve. I don't know. I may go out there to cheer you on because I do believe wholeheartedly that you can beat Damian Wayne.
Yeah, she's only going to be out there to support. That's it.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing else.
Absolutely.
No,
what is it that my mother always taught me? You see with your
absolutely.
eyes, not with your hands. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to put that into practice. But you know, if there happens to be
If
also,
Damian accidentally slips, that's on him.
that is true. That is true. And then what if you want a weapon? I have to hand you that weapon over, don't I?
Exactly.
Of course, I can hand it over through the railing. It's totally fine. Now, when it comes to the women, if there happens to be a woman out there that thinks that they've got the balls to go up against me, see, game recognizes game. Bow down to the queen, baby. Yes. Any woman that has the balls to step through the doors of XIW and challenge me and actually give me a challenge for my XIW Women's Championship, please, by all means, please send a message over to Adrian Whispers. Please, I'm begging for that challenge because honestly, this little vacation, I think it's time that I wrap it up. I think it's time for me to return back to that ring because very, very soon I'll be back. 2026 is going to be a whole different year. And trust me, if you thought that I was bad back then, my villain era starts 2026. I promise that.
Cannot wait.
Salazar and Labrava. Yuka's going to be there to support you. Bubba Shaddix, bow down to the queen. Adrian Whisper, you get his comments. Huge Pop Entertainment.
See, Yuka's going to be there to support. He just said that. See?
Right, so to support.
I have a big support system. It seems like you got problems with support systems.
Salazar and Labrava, they have a great support system.
Yes, there you go.
Can't get it done by themselves, but thank God for support systems.
I think they have proven they can get it done by themselves.
I don't think so, but it almost sounds like Huge Pop Entertainment guys. We didn't talk about the XIW Adrian Whispers faction, the Seven Stiffs. It almost sounds like there's a recruiting going on for one and only Labrava. We got Bubba Shaddix part of it. We got Adrian Whisper part of it. That brings me back to the conspiracy. Is Salazar going to be part of it? Who knows? All I can say is we need to tune into XIW on December 20th at Panama City, Killing Fields, where there's real fight shit. And Salazar, you better be bringing the real fight shit because you know Damian Wayne does every time. And
I've done that every single time I wrestle him too.
Every single time.
And it's going to be in a cage, and it's going to be fun. It's show up at Panama City, everybody.
Let me ask you a question: are you going to show up with a Damian Wayne shirt or something? Are you going to?
I do have one, but no, I'm not.
Are you going to make a little poster and put his name on it?
I don't need to.
#1 fangirl or something?
No, Huge Pop don't need to do that. Huge Pop is just there to stir shit up. Huge Pop is there to talk back. Huge Pop is there to give you guys the interviews you need to get, right?
Oh.
Bruh.
I will say this.
I'll shut my mouth.
I gotta bring it. I gotta rewind it a little bit. This is the funniest, the most amazing thing I've ever done in XIW, and it was with you guys. was you, Carlos, and Labrava.
Oh,
I can't remember where we were. We were at I don't know if it was the Eagles or where.
Remember, he's failing you.
No, but remember the time where Lucha Lacora and Ray Fury were at the table and you guys attacked them, and that came that big ass brawl. That was the funnest shit that I ever was involved in. So
we like to stir it up.
I should have kicked your equipment while I was at it.
You know what? You could have, but you know.
I mean, there's always Saturday, right?
It's always Saturday, but I have the ace in my pocket of Adrian Whisper. Suge White tried that, and next time Suge White lays a hand on me, it's $500 fine. I'm just saying.
Wow. You got I think we got $500 to pay, right?
All right.
I can always ask Adrian to pay it.
We can put it on the credit card. It's fine.
I'll put it on that credit card, right? From the city of Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's been a blast, guys. You really are. You guys are class acts. I really appreciate you guys. Check these guys out on their social media. Salazar Labrava. Check them out. It was been fun, and it's always a huge pop. We love you guys. Love XIW. Thank you very much for showing out.
All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head is knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the